Now I have a little bit more time on my hand now. I can make this next video here about following the follower. What I see out there, a lot of people do, not just here on YouTube, but in the world in general, they make it a habit to follow people. I'm not sure why. Maybe they believe they're smarter than they are, or maybe they believe they know where they're going. But it's really strange to me how sometimes when these so-called leaders that they put up on a pedestal fall or do something that embarrasses themselves, what they choose to do is find another person to follow. But they rarely, if any, ever decide to follow themselves, as if they are incapable of leading themselves. They always need someone to lead them. I always been really I always found that quite amazing, to tell you the truth. But a lot of people make a habit or pretty much live their whole lives following after people. Why? If you said you believe in a creator, didn't the creator give you a brain? A working brain? Good eyes, good ears? I can understand if you have a mental problem. I can understand that. But if you got a working brain, your hands work, your legs work, why are you insisting on having to follow somebody for? It's either one or two things to me. It's either you're lazy or you just don't want to think for yourself. Now this image right here is so powerful. If you watch the movie Forrest Gump, you know why he was running. He was running because he lost Jenny. You know, I don't want to spoil the whole movie for you if you've never seen it, but and this group of people here saw him running, assumed he was running for some noble cause, and they said, oh, we got to follow this guy, and they just started running. And right at this point at the movie, he stopped running, he turned around, the whole audience behind him and said, oh, he's going to say something. They assumed he was going to say something great. But all he said is, I think I'm going to go home now. When I saw that, I said, that's powerful. That imagery alone, that scene alone, a lot of people probably missed it. It shows you how people mindlessly follow people. They had no clue why this man was running. He was just running. He was grieving and just running. And they decided to follow him. And at the moment they believed that he was going to give them some great words of inspiration and stuff, the man said he just want to go home. And that's how a lot of you guys do. You just follow after these people. I mean, I'm talking about these different personalities. It could be here on YouTube. It could be in the world. It could be wherever. But you just follow after anything they say without even checking it out. I've heard someone told me a couple of days ago that we didn't come from, we're not humans. We came from the sea. Somebody else told me we came from space. I really don't like talking to those kind of people, man, because they give me a headache. They really do. Just talking to people who just way out there, who, I'll be nice, whose intelligence far surpass my own, because I don't understand what they're talking about. But at the same token, I have to wonder to myself, what type of manipulation can allow somebody to believe it came from the sea? I mean, how many thousands of years would it have to take for whatever species have to actually evolve, if you believe in evolution, from whatever organism to become a human? I mean, I could have believed it if you had told me we came from dirt. I can say, I can see that concept. But when you try and tell me you come from the sea and you come from space, that don't make no sense to me at all. Because when I hear stuff like you come from space, it reminds me of the Heaven Gate cult. And if you guys never studied that cult, you should study it. You really should, because they believed, and you can look it up if you think I am lying. Look it up. They believed that they came from another planet. That's why they was trying to catch a ride on a comet to get back to that planet. They was trying to catch a ride on the Hale Bob comet, I think is what his name, the Haley Bob comet or something. That's what they was trying to catch a ride on that comet to get back home, because they didn't believe they were from the Earth. Well, we all know how that played out. But the indoctrination, the level of indoctrination someone has to be under to believe such a thing is amazing. Mind control. Many of you say you study MK Ultra and all this different stuff. But I think you guys say things, but you really don't think it through. I think you guys read things, but you don't comprehend. And I'll say this, if you know how to read but can't comprehend, it's best you don't know how to read. I'll say it again. If you know how to read, but you can't comprehend when you're reading, it's best you don't know how to read at all. You know me tell you why? Because if the two go hand in hand. If you can't comprehend what you're reading, why are you reading it? It wouldn't make sense if you can't comprehend it. It's that simple. You know, I realize for some of you guys, if you woke up tomorrow morning and there were no Europeans around, some of you guys are going to a massive depression, to the point where you might try to commit suicide. Some of you will be completely lost. Ain't know what to do. You know why? Simple, because you made your whole life about white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. And I tell you, I don't buy into that ideology of anybody being superior to me, because logic tells me if someone is superior, someone has to be inferior. If someone is good, someone has to be bad. You don't find a halfway good person or a halfway bad person, correct? You don't find a halfway superior person, a halfway inferior person, correct? So I'm one person who don't use terminologies and these labels and stuff, because I know a lot of you guys are good at parroting what you hear, but you don't think it out. It sounds good and it's popular. Let's go with it. So, if y'all woke up tomorrow and had no Europeans on the planet, some of y'all wouldn't know what to do, because you made that your whole modus operandi is European supremacy. That's what you guys call it, white supremacy. Y'all believe in crayons and stuff. You know, but if you had no Europeans on the planet, you guys would go crazy. You wouldn't know what to do. You have made worrying about other people your main focus. Do they play a part in our oppression? Of course. However, you're studying it every second of the day. You've been studying for some of you guys been in this game well over 20 years. Nothing has changed. You're still using the same talking points. Where's the progress? At some point, you have to say, wait, man, it's either we're going to finish this race or we can get off the track. Because you're talking about the same things over and over and over. You're making documentaries about the same thing over and over, debating about the same things over and over and over. And you people that actually patronize that type of stuff, you are the follower following the follower. So who is leading whom? That's a question you have to answer. You don't got to tell me nothing. Or you can do what you want to do. As they say back in the day, if you ain't gonna shit, get out the pot. And a lot of artists wasting a lot of time. Before you look up, 2 years gone by, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years gone by, 10 years gone by, and you're like, what? Black power, family, black power, black. Okay, what power are you talking about, Judd? I mean, I'm having a heart-to-heart talk with you guys now, because there's a lot of different conflicting ideologies out there. What power? You've been singing, a lot of y'all been saying the same thing, black power, for how many years? Nothing has changed. Well, y'all don't scream, land acquisition, family, land acquisition, family, resources building, family. How come I don't hear those kind of talks? Let's acquire some land, family. Let's go back to the land, family. Agriculture, family. Building, family. Huh? Nah, that's boring. It doesn't have the same flair, that kind of drama of your white supremacy. White supremacy is coming to get you. It's hiding in the closet. White supremacy. You divorce your wife. White supremacy. You lose your job. White supremacy. You got a flat tire. White supremacy. You burn your food. White supremacy. Your car got repossessed. White supremacy. At what point is something going to be your responsibility? I mean, it's just you putting off all the blame to me on an abstraction. White supremacy. What is this, Yazaki's white supremacy? What's the definition of this, really? Can we arrest white supremacy? Can we put it in jail? These are questions I ask myself. Again, are the Europeans responsible for a lot of the oppression we see around the planet? Yes. Some of them are. Because when I say yes, I don't want people, all the Europeans. No. Some of them are. That is correct. But do you believe that if the Europeans go tomorrow, your life will be so much better? You do realize, for you guys that are paying attention, there's Asian supremacy, right? They'll be next in line to take the European spot. You don't know that, right? In fact, they're vying for that spot right now. And if you think life under the Asians will be better than life under the Europeans, well, hey, you can roll the dice and find out. I don't know. But it seemed to me a lot of you guys are short-sighted in your thinking and in your approach. I'm not telling you to go against anybody, but it just, to me, short-sighted when you just seem to focus on white supremacy. What about Arab supremacy? I mean, if you want to use the word supremacy so much, I mean, they control a lot. Depending on where you go in the world, they control a lot of the economies, especially in the Caribbean. They control a lot of the economies down there. Well, I'll be more specific. In the Virgin Islands, they do. They own the gas stations. They own the supermarkets, the laundromats. Well, they own some of the gas. Well, most of the gas stations, I would say. They own most of the grocery stores. They own the laundromats. They own the clothing stores. Some of the clothing stores. They own the places where you would buy your electronics from. So if you want to talk about the European supremacy, well, what should I do about the Arabs? Should I turn a blind eye to the Arab then on what they're doing? Again, I don't believe nobody is supreme to me. I'm just using the words that you guys are familiar with. Because I'm having a heart-to-heart with you guys. Because when I hear you guys, the guys who are popular here on YouTube and some of the guys who've been in that lecture circuit for a while and the debate circuit, I'm listening. And if I close my eyes, man, and just zone out, y'all saying the same thing they were saying back in the 60s. That's well over 40 years now. Where is the progress? Can you pass on these ideologies and these that rhetoric to your children? Yes, you can. Can they use it to eat? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they keep speaking the same type of rhetoric you guys have. I mean, and if the people around want to hear it, then sure. But wouldn't it be better to pass off something more meaningful like land, maybe? As I stated before in my earlier video, you can't pass off a job. You can pass off a car, but by the time you pass off a car, I mean, depending on the year, that car's going to be obsolete. Because especially if you buy a car off the lot today brand new, in a couple of months, it's already depreciated in value. Especially if you buy I hate to say, but if you buy an American brand car, it depreciates as fast. You're better off buying a foreign made car if that's the idea you're going to have in your mind to pass off something of value. I mean, only time American-made cars get value is when they get to be classics like the 60s and 70s and so forth, the 50s and so forth, or the 20s and so forth. But land holds its value. Land, I keep trying to reiterate that in your hand. Land is one of the keys, one of the three keys to ensure survival. Land, water, and people, male and females, no exceptions. No exceptions. If you lose one of those three, your civilization is in trouble. And I ask the question once again, how many African Americans or African people around the world actually own and control land and water resources? That's a very important question. How many? So when you're telling me about black power, I'd like to know, what are you talking about? I got one joker that lives in the woods talking there every second. He's talking about black supremacy. But then at the end of his video, all he has the nerve to tell you to donate. Oh, well, wait a minute, man. He talking about black supremacy. You're supposedly down with, you don't want to be down with the European supremacy. Well, isn't that fiat currency European based? Well, I understand you need to survive in the world. So I mean, how are you having power but you're begging people to donate to you? I'm trying to understand that logic. So I'm having a real heart-to-heart with you guys, man, because I see a lot of different concepts and ideologies out there that don't make any sense to me. And you keep buying into it without thinking about it. I said, wait a minute. This dude didn't make no sense to me. He said, what? How can we be done with the system? You don't want no part of the system, but big man begging for donation? What is wrong with this man? Or the next dude out every second the man talking about white supremacy. He should put a tattoo on his head someplace saying white supremacy. But then the man get the nerves to go on vacation. I wonder who was flying the plane. I'm just saying. White supremacy. Okay, I'm going on vacation, guys. I'm out. But you see, these guys are actors. They play a part, as I already told you in a previous video. They play a part, just like any other actor, and you believe they're real. I mean, that's the strangest thing. You really believe they're real, and you don't check it out for yourself. These people ain't serious. If they're serious, they'll be somewhere off, somewhere living somewhere separate from society. The last thing they will want to be is around the European and his or her society, right? Wouldn't that make sense to you? I mean, I don't see the gazelles hanging out with the lions. I'm just saying. I've never seen rats hanging out with cats. Maybe you guys have seen it. I have never seen it. I mean, maybe it's just rare exceptions. You see cats and rats hanging out. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, Bridget? Everything cool? Yeah, you know. Maybe. But if you supposedly hate something so much, why are you still a part of it? Why every second you're always telling someone where you're going or what you got, showing off your fiat currency money? If it wasn't important, if it you really, as you guys will say, about that life, wouldn't you have a different type of modus operandi? Of course you would. But you're not about that life. You're a character. You're a person playing a character to get paid. And I can understand that. Like I said before, if you guys in the BCC, what I call the black comedy community, would just be honest and say, look, man, we're doing this for entertainment and we're about just making money. Cool. Then people like me will have nothing to say. But when you're trying to pass off what you're doing as educating the people and helping the people, then I gotta say something, because for a long time I have kept my mouth shut, didn't say anything. I've been making these videos since what? Damn, this will be the 5th year now. Damn, it's a long time. Time to wait for nobody. I'm gonna have to bring this to a close soon, man. This is too long. 5 years of my life. Yeah, man, I gotta find something else to do, because I know definitely you guys ain't getting it anyway. For supposedly over 2,000 subscribers, I guess, so such low views. You guys ain't serious. You want to be entertained. You're not about learning anything. You were having a good time and choosing sides, you know. This person against that person. I'm a roll with this person. I ride with this person. Or the word you guys said. You said, no, I fuck with that nigga. That's what you guys say. That's how you talk. I fuck with that nigga. I roll with that nigga. I said, man, listen to the vocabulary. It's just... I already know, man. I already know. Many elders who are way older than me, I talk to them all the time. One who's 78 and one who's 93, and they already told me, they already warned me, especially the one who's 93 already warned me that I wasn't gonna make no progress with black people. I'm gonna use the words you all like to hear. They tell me I'm wasting my time when it comes to black people. That the one who's 93. And I listened to what she was saying because she had good wisdom. She's still alive, by the way. But, and I like talking to old people because they have a different perspective on life. You tell me black people ain't gonna get it. You're wasting your time. They want to be entertained. They want to be shown a good. They want to talk about how bad things are, but do nothing about it to change it. And at first, when they told me that, I was like how some of you might be right now, hearing me say that, it might be, oh man, you talking shit, nigga. You know how you guys talk, fucking coon. That's how you talk. You see, I sound kind of different using those kind of words, because I'm just being raw. I'm having a casual conversation with you guys. And when I first heard it, I was kind of hurt, but as time progressed, I understand that these elders were right. In my youth and my ignorance, I assumed that I was going to be able to make a great change. And that's when the elders told me, what are you going to do that's different from what Malcolm X or Elijah Muhammad or Garvey or Henry Garnett or Edward Blyden or anybody else who came before you, Fannie Lou Hamer, anybody else came before you going to do? What are you going to do that's different? I couldn't answer because there's nothing I could do that's different, to tell you the truth. You see, what I see in you is what the elders tell me. What I see in you, young man, is you want something more for other people than they want it for themselves. You wasting your time, son. It ain't gonna work. You wasting your time. That's why I keep focusing. I keep saying to you guys, man, I don't have any people. I'm an intellectual farmer. I provide the information. What you do with it is up to you. At some point in time, though, I would not be making these videos. I don't know. Everybody have their own mission plan when they come on to YouTube, what they want to do. Before I came onto YouTube, I had an exit strategy first. And I damn sure don't want to be doing this for 10 years. I didn't even want to be doing it for 5 years. So I kind of went over my exit strategy. So I'm going to have to bring this thing to a close, man, sometime real soon. Because the people that need to hear the information just don't want to hear it. They are the people who are slow learners. Like I said before, some of you guys are slow. And that's why I mean, to tell you the truth, some of you guys have to hit the wall first to realize, oh man, there's a wall. Yeah, I could have saved you the trouble. I mean, I was trying to tell you it was a wall, but you didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. You had your earbuds in both ears, and you could care less what I have to say. So you hit the wall. Okay. What you expect me to do now that you hit the wall? We're gonna have a conversation about you hitting the wall? No, it doesn't work that way. I gave you the information. Whatever you choose to do is up to you. And some of you have to learn the hard way. That comes when you're dealing with law enforcement officials also. You got to learn the hard way. When you get around cops, you want to argue about your rights and all that stuff. And you might be arguing to a person who don't give a damn about your rights, who just don't like the sight of your skin. And you argue with somebody like that. Let me ask you a question. Can you argue with someone who is prejudiced? Does a racist person have logic? I'm asking you questions now. We're having a candid conversation. Of course, it's just one-sided because I'm talking to myself like a crazy person. Everybody that makes videos are crazy because we all talk to ourselves. But these are questions you have to answer for yourself. If the answer is no, you cannot reason with someone who is prejudiced or someone who is racist, then what are you doing talking about your rights and what you need to do and what you can do and what you can't do? That make any sense to you? Does it really? But you gonna say you smart. I'm dumb. I'm the coon. Right? But I'm the guy who's never been to prison in my life for no reason. If they're giving out awards in prison, I damn sure don't want it. You guys can pick mine up for me. Matter of fact, you can pick it up and keep it there. I don't want it. So I don't see the joy in people saying they ain't scared to go to prison, and I've been to prison X amount of times. That's good for you. I don't want to know what the inside of a jail cell look like, smell like, or even taste like. And that's a man who's almost 40. Okay? An African man who's almost 40. An African man from the Caribbean who's almost 40. But what do I know? You see, it's a time and a place for everything. Again, we're just having a casual conversation. I don't even know where the video is going. I'm just talking because it's on my mind. I want you to know I don't have to be making these videos and giving out this kind of information. I don't have to do it. It's like I don't know what's already going on. It ain't for my benefit. And I damn sure don't like hearing myself talk all the time like I'm crazy. I'm not in love with my voice or something. I don't have a voice like Morgan Freeman or something. Maybe then I might like hearing myself speak. But, I do my best to convey a point for those who really want a little guidance, who might be lost. Because I know a lot of you guys out there are lost and you're hurting. You want to be a part of something so bad. You see, I keep focusing on land for a reason. And the obvious question that somebody probably might ask me, well, do you have any land? The answer is yes, I do, in the Caribbean. You see, my problem is a little different. I got to figure out how I can get myself back to the Caribbean so I can start utilizing my land. You see, I'm not by myself. It's myself, my wife, and my 2 daughters. One in high school, one in elementary school. So I got to figure out how we're going to make that move. But see, my solution is different from your solution. When people ask about solutions to the problems, there's no such thing as one solution to the problems. Multiple solutions to the problems. You have to figure out which one is going to be for you. I know some people right now who get fed up of being in America, so they move to Panama, Brazil, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Medellin, Colombia. I mean, they move all over. The Caribbeans, Africa, China, they move. Is that in the cards for you? Maybe not. But it was in the cards for them to move. Some people are going to choose to stay here and fight it out and ride it out. That's fine. That might be in the cards for them. But like I said before, some people, that might not be in the cards for them. They might just want to get the hell out of here. Some people might want to move from the cities to live in the country to start their own homestead. That might not be in the cards for you. There's no such thing as one solution. You have to be the individual, pick out which solution is best for you and work it. But don't allow people to dictate the terms and the conditions of the solutions for you. What I mean by that is, some people say, well, you got to get out of here, sell all your stuff, and just get out of here and go somewhere. I know, don't buy into all that stuff. And don't buy into anybody telling you have to leave the country. Leave all your family. So leave your network system behind and come to a foreign country, whether it be Brazil, Costa Rica, whatever. And just come to that foreign country and start a new life. That's not a smart thing to do. I'm just giving you the honest advice. You can choose to do what you want to do. It's up to you. But don't believe all that pie in the sky stuff. Check it out first. Research it first before you make that final leap. Again, I don't know what this conversation is going to be. We just having a random talk. Just have a lot of stuff in my mind, man. And that's one that actually cover lots of these different topics that have been in my mind for quite some time. You guys are a lot smarter than you give yourself credit for. I don't understand why some of you guys don't have the confidence that you should in yourselves. You have more confidence in other people who are strangers, by the way, because if you fall in hard times, and I'm not hoping you do fall in bad times, but if you do fall in hard times, can you count on these people to help you? I mean, God forbid you lose your job and you're facing eviction. Are they going to help you pay your house note? You see, they talk a lot of stuff about the church. I've heard these same people in the BCC, they really rag really hard in the churches. And some churches do a lot of bad stuff. But I know for a fact some churches do a lot of good. I know one lady right now, the church has paid her rent 3 times. Her rent is about $850. And the church has paid it 3 times so far. How many of you guys in the BCC would pay her rent if she was diligently giving you guys money for donations and all this different stuff and buying your t-shirts and your lectures and your hats and all that stuff? How many of you would say, you know what, you've been a loyal supporter, here you go, I got your rent, I got your car note. These are serious conversations you got to have, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not playing, I'm not joking, I'm being serious. How many of them will say, I got you. You've been supporting me all this time. And I never really understand the idea of donating to, say, a documentary, and then you still have to turn around and buy the whole documentary at full price. So isn't it best I just wait for the documentary to come out and then buy it then if I want to buy it? I'm just saying. The way my mind works. I'm just saying. Why would I pay twice for the one item? That doesn't make any sense, you know. I'm just saying. It's like somebody tell me to donate to the manufacturer of the car company, and then after I done donate to the manufacturer of the car company, turn around and buy the same car. Like, wait, for the full price? Yeah, full price. Thanks for your support. Nah, man, it don't get that good. But for some of us, our minds have been so lobotomized, we don't even think anymore. We go along with the grain because, like I said before, we're so hurt. We want to be a part of something so bad. We don't care what it is. I just want to be a part. I don't want to be left out. Some of you are alone, and you don't like being alone. Some of you can't stand being alone. So you be around people you don't even like sometimes just not to be alone. You be in relationships that you know should be long over, but you just don't want to be alone, so you stick it out even if you know you can feel it. You can feel it in your soul that relationship is no good for you. But you will still ride it out because you don't want to be alone. What's so wrong with being alone? What's so wrong with yourself that you don't like being alone? What's the problem? I mean, these are just questions. I know I can't get no answers. I'm just talking. There's a whole lot of different stuff I want to say, man. But I'm just asking you questions. And a lot of time, man, if you guys with these popular people on YouTube, I'm talking about YouTube now. If you would just take a little chance, don't watch the videos. Listen carefully now. Don't watch the videos. Listen to the videos. That might seem like it's the same thing, right? But it's not. Because sometimes when you guys fall in love with personalities, oh, look the way she look. Oh, man, look the way he look. Oh, man, he fine. Oh, man, she fine. Oh, she can get it. Like, what? I mean, some of the stuff you guys see in the comments, man, I be laughing, Jared. I say, why these man ain't serious, Jared? So if you take the time and just listen instead of watching, so what you could do is tab out the video, tab out, alt tab, and go on a different screen if you have a next screen open, and just listen to what they're saying. Because a lot of times you listen, man, you will catch them in a lot of stuff that are a lot of lies, to tell you the truth. A lot of lies. A lot of contradictions. But a lot of times when you fall in love with personality, you can't see that. You can't even hear it. Your brain registers what's going on, but you're so in love with the character, the emotions. Oh man, they're very articulate on the way that they say the words, you know, and the charisma and everything, you know. Just get you all just focused on what they gotta say. Got you all hot and bothered, you know, some of you. But if you listen to what they're saying, so, man, this person ain't talking nothing with sense, man. You know, you say, yeah, man, they on point. I'm thinking to myself, but they ain't say nothing. Oh man, he on point. He deep or she deep. I'm thinking to myself, but she didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. Oh man, they on point, man. They testify. Yeah, tell it. And everybody clapping and stuff. I'm saying to myself, but they didn't say nothing. But again, I understand because you fall in love with personalities. If you made it this far in the video, I have no idea how long the video is. I mean, the counter stopped moving because I don't have any more images in the video just yet, so I don't even know how long the video is. But my goal or my hope for some of you guys will be that you become the leader you wish to see or you wish to follow. You become that person. Don't put all your trust in someone else to lead you somewhere, because a lot of times you don't ask them, where are you leading me to? As Dr. Clark would say, leader, where are you leading me to? Where? You don't ask that question. You go down this dangerous path, man. One guy said something with lizard people, and the Europeans are working for the lizard people, and I wonder, what? Am I the only one that's hearing this stuff? What? Again, another guy again who banging the beast. So he forever banging the beast, but the man just came up from London. So you're going from one country with Europeans in it to another country with Europeans in it, and I'm pretty sure he went in a plane full of Europeans. I'm pretty sure the pilot was a European. I'm sure the people at the hotel were Europeans. I can go down on and on and on and on and on. The people in the museum I saw around, the fellow talking with Europeans, and he was talking to some of them. But I'm saying, well, what beast are you banging on? Characters, all actors. But hey, it's okay. Some of you guys are beginning to get it, and that's fine. And a large segment of you guys still will hate what I got to say, because anybody that says anything, you call them a hater. But I could imagine at some point in time, people who belong to the People's Temple were trying to warn them, hey man, that guy, man, you might not want to follow that dude, man. He seemed a bit off his rocker. Oh no, man, you talking nonsense, man. He's the chosen one. No, he ain't chosen by nobody but besides himself. No, man, you talking crap. So they went on down to Guyana, and we all know the rest of that story. The People's Temple, look it up. Some people try to warn them, but by the time they figure what was happening, it was too late. My main goal with this particular conversation, realistically, is to get you to focus on what's important. And what's really important is time. Before you know it, believe what I'm saying, before you know it, man, time will have passed you by. It still trips my mind that this year, July 19th, this year, will make 20 years since I've left the Caribbean. 20 years. I said, my God, where did the time go? 20 years, you understand? I left in 1997, July 19th, 1997, and this year will make 20 years. And to me, honestly speaking, it felt like it was 5 years. I don't want you to waste time, because nothing is promised. We're not guaranteed to see old age. It's not guaranteed you're going to be a grandfather. It's not even guaranteed you're going to have children. I mean, it's a blessing that you do, but it's not guaranteed that you're going to live to see that long. And if you do have children, what are you planning for these children to have? All of nothing? Because some of you were born with nothing. I mean, we all came out of our mother's womb with nothing, but I mean, you don't have anything to inherit besides death and goals and a bunch of dreams. You can't pass on, I'm going to say it again, you can't pass on jobs. You can pass on goals if you want. You can pass on dreams if you want. But what will you give them that's tangible? How you want to succeed when you're starting them off against other people who have at least 50% of what they need? You're starting off yours with zero. But you tell them, go on out there and be successful. How? How? How in your right mind you can say that with a straight face to your offspring, your seed, your DNA, your genetic duplicate? Because they carry a lot of your traits, your wife and your husband's trait. I mean, it takes two to make one. How can you say that and believe that you are being a good parent? How? Unless you don't care, or unless you're delusional. Well, I spoke long enough in this video. I hope you attain something you can use for the future. But I'll end this video by saying this. Plan for today what you want in your tomorrow. Only you have the power to change your reality. Don't spend too much time fixated on the past. The past is static. It doesn't change. Okay? That's a fact. As you guys like to say that word facts, that is a fact. What happened in the past cannot change. It is static. You can set your watch to it. It's static. It won't change. What type of future do you want for yourself and your children? Do you want to pass on to them these old and tired ideologies, these old and tired talking points? Or do you want to give them something new? Give them a chance. Give them a head start in life. Give them something they can use and they too can pass on to their children. Something that's tangible. Something that still carries its worth. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, they are not making any more land. The land you see on this earth, that's it. It's finite. That's it. Unless in the case of what they do in Dubai, where they build islands in the ocean, then that's the only exception to that rule. Or unless they have a volcano or something, eruption in the ocean or something, then that's another exception. But for the most part, you understand what I'm trying to say. So wouldn't you rather give them something that's more lucrative than just words? Because all your ideologies and your books and your lectures and your documentaries is nothing more than just words. And for people who believe that documentaries and books are just the only source of information, you are sadly mistaken. A documentary is not supposed to really inform you. It's supposed to actually entice your appetite to learn more about that particular topic. Not for you to have to wait for the next documentary to come out to be informed again. That's not the way it's supposed to work. It's supposed to work, well, man, I'm curious. That piqued my curiosity. I'm gonna research more about that particular topic. But for most of you guys, when the credits go up, that's when your learning stop. That's it. When the presenter, the lecturer, the debater gets off stage, that's when your learning stops. That's it. You don't do anything else on your own. How are you supposed to be enlightened? Or awakened is a word you guys use a lot. Or conscious. How are you conscious when someone else is disseminating the information for you? So you're really not the conscious person. They are the conscious person disseminating the information to you. And a lot of times the information is old, it's tired, it's just worn out. And to people who know, like myself and many others, we look at these lectures and debates and I never look at those documentaries. I don't waste my time with them because I know that's on a different level. I'm not going to waste my time going down to that level. I already passed that level already. But for some of you people that do, we know that that's not even scratching the surface. It's not even scratching the surface of information. But to many of you guys who are intellectually lazy, you believe that that's the be all end all, and this person is the next thing since the coming of, I guess, whatever you want to, if you want to believe in Christ, and it's up to you, or Muhammad or whatever. I'm not here to begrudge anyone for what they believe in or don't believe in. That's not what this video is about. But some of you believe that they're the next Messiah, the next Savior, for disseminating information that you have access to. That's what I don't understand. They say, I don't know who do the saying, but they say we live in the information age. So why don't you have the information? Why do you have to wait for someone who has a brain just like you? And in most cases, your brain works better than their brain, but for some reason you don't have the confidence that your brain works as good as their brain, or if not better. So you lack the confidence. And what Marcus Garvey said, without confidence, you're twice defeated in the race of life. Again, many people hear the statement, but they don't internalize what the man was trying to say. He's simply saying if you don't have confidence before you even try to do something, you're already defeated. And if you do get the courage to try it and it doesn't work, you're going to say, see, I told you I couldn't do it. But the people who have true confidence, even if they fail one time, they're going to be back at it again and again and again until what? Until they succeed. That's right. They don't stop because of one failure and give up. Ah, to hell with it. It's not going to work. I'm done. I'm never going to do it. No. That's something a child might do. But adult, again, going to the scriptures now. Now, don't quote me on this because I don't read the book that often. But say when I was a child, I thought like a child. But when I became a man, I put such childish things behind me. Again, people have read it. People have said that same quote. But do you really understand the message? Like I said before, if you could read but can't comprehend, you're wasting your time. The two has to go hand in hand. It has to. Okay? So, without making this video too long, focus on what you need to do. Stop allowing these talking heads and these charismatic people out here to lead you astray. They're wasting your most precious resource you have. The most precious resource any of us have is our time. I know some of you probably think I was going to say your life. Well, if you evaluate it carefully, your life is actually revolves around time. So your time is your most precious asset, your most precious resource. How you spend the 24 hours we all have in each day is up to you. But the decisions you make will determine the type of life you're going to have. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. So until the next video, we might talk about something else, and we might have our next one, these type of candid conversations. It has been my pleasure and my honor, and I hope you attain something, just a small gem of anything I said in this whole video that would help to improve your life. Till next time, bless up, guidance, and stay safe. I gone.
So it's being self-sufficient from the land and the water. We still hold on to those things. Having your own land. When you have your own land, you always have a place to live. You can feed yourself, and then you pass it on to future generations.